Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome to Touchdowns to Home Runs. I'm your host Noah, and last time out we did my most favorite pick of this year's NFL draft, and now I want to do my most underrated pick of the NFL draft. My most favorite pick was Clyde Edwards-Helaire to the Kansas City Chiefs, and now I'm here talking about my guy Bryan Edwards from South Carolina as my most underrated pick in this year's NFL draft. And just before we get started on that, I just want to say, for all you guys who haven't already subscribed to this channel, definitely go hit that sub button. We make some of the best sports content on YouTube, and we're a growing channel. We're somewhat small now, but we're starting to pick up, we're starting to grow, and we'd love for you to be a part of that. So if you want a channel that'll take your input into account, definitely go hit that sub button. Me and my partner Bernie would much appreciate it. And now without further ado, let's get started on this video. So Bryan Edwards, wide receiver out of South Carolina, just got selected third round to the, I almost said Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. They just moved 2020 season. Can't wait to see them in Las Vegas. And this, in my opinion, was the most underrated pick. Not just because I'm a huge South Carolina fan, but it's because I've watched this guy throughout his whole career, and trust me, he was so underrated in this year's draft. He should have been an easy first rounder. I don't know how he fell back to the third round. If everyone watched this guy as much as I did, you would agree that this guy is an unbelievable player. Let's just take a look at some of his stats from last year. 71 receptions for 816 yards, 6 TDs, and 11.5 yards per catch average. Now, he was injured for some part of the season. He had a foot injury. I'm pretty sure he missed the last 2 games, so that obviously affected that. So now let's just take a look at some of his strengths. His ball catching skills are unmatched. Literally, this guy catches every single ball. Unbelievable how we were just able to toss up any ball to him, and he is always coming down with that catch. That is why he is such an underrated receiver. Just so much of receiving now is just what you could do after you catch the ball, but so many of those guys that are going really high now don't have those really good ball skills to come down with every ball, and that's what Bryan Edwards has. He'll fight for extra yards too after contact. He's not the greatest. He won't make a ton of guys miss, but when a guy does come and hit him, he will hit back and he will fight for those extra yards. He won't beat you with his feet, but he'll definitely beat you with his upper body and strength and push for those extra yards. And he's very effective on all 3 levels of the field: short game, medium game, long game. A long game especially, that's my what I would say is his strength. He is so good down the field, tracking that ball down the field. That's where he got most of his touchdowns. An amazing player, very effective on all 3 levels of the field. So now I just want to talk about why this is such a good pick for the Raiders. Obviously, you guys just took 3 wide receivers. Well, Lynn Bowden could play everywhere, but let's look at it. 3 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds. You got Henry Ruggs, Lynn Bowden, and Bryan Edwards. If you're looking at it from, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so I want to use this guy as a comparison. If you're a Bears fan, if you've watched them, Allen Robinson, a guy that's not going to beat you with his feet. He doesn't have the speed, but he comes down with every single ball. And you know, as a Bears fan, as I know, on third down, who are we going to? It's Allen Robinson every time. Who are we throwing those 50-50 balls up to? It's Allen Robinson. And that's what I feel like the Las Vegas Raiders need. So you got Ruggs, who's obviously going to beat you with the speed and everything. But when you're in a third and long, obvious passing situation and the other teams drop back in zone, Ruggs won't be as effective because you're going to have guys in zone. They're going to be covering him a lot better. And you have Bryan Edwards, now a guy that is your obvious third and long passing situation guy. He's the guy that you want to throw those balls up to. You have the other wide receivers. You have Bowden and Ruggs for the first couple of downs. You got them when you want to make a huge play. And then you got Bryan Edwards when you just need a catch, you need the first down, or you need a big play downfield, and you could just toss that ball up and he'll catch it. Or you got a red zone play and you need the ball in the red zone. Ruggs can't, like, his speed does not help in the red zone. It's all ball catching ability in the red zone, and that is why the Las Vegas Raiders need Bryan Edwards, and that is why he is the most underrated pick in this draft. Ball catching skills are unmatched, and I cannot wait to see this guy in the league. If you guys thought you liked what you saw from other South Carolina wide receiver Deebo Samuel last year, he's my favorite player. He's one of my favorite Gamecocks all time, but trust me, you're gonna see probably the same thing, but just in a different fashion from Bryan Edwards. Those two together were so much fun to watch all their career. Two very different receivers, but both constantly making highlight reel plays. Bryan Edwards made some real highlight reel plays. He made a no-del catch against Tennessee this year. There was 2018 against Ole Miss, made a one-handed grab, threw the Ole Miss defender down with one arm, and ran it in for a touchdown. This guy's absolutely unbelievable, and Raiders fans, you guys got an amazing player. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you're a Raiders fan, especially go hit that subscribe button right now and that like button. Comment anything about the Raiders this season, and thank you for watching, and come back next time.